What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Eli in the B5 that still doesn't have air conditioning, and today we're talking about the Falken FK460 all-season tire that between my two cars, which I have it on the SQ5 and this car, I put about 10,000 miles on. Now, if you haven't seen my previous video about the FK460, let me run you through it real quick. This is Falken's ultra high performance all-season tire. What that means is it's an all-season tire that's geared toward cars that are a little bit sportier, a little bit higher end, but can ultimately be fitted on pretty much any car, and you'll see a benefit from it. An all-season tire is designed to perform in the summer as well as light snow. It doesn't replace a dedicated winter tire, but it can function when the temperatures are below freezing or if there's a little bit of snow on the ground. I have personal experience with this tire in the snow, and I was genuinely impressed with it. Let's come to a complete stop here on the hill. Yeah, really. Honestly, I mean, this car's all-wheel drive, it's quattro. We don't really have issues with traction in the snow, but that's impressive. All right, downhill stop. Let's slam on the brakes. Okay, it's sliding. I did not expect it to stop like that, if I'm honest. That's not one of Falken's big selling points, but I figure it's worth mentioning. The tire itself is a 500 Treadwear tire. Now that number is significantly higher than what you would find on a summer tire and a little bit lower than what you would find on a non-ultra high performance all season. It's also worth noting that I have two other friends that are also on the FK460 now. So my good friend Zeke Crames on YouTube has the FK460 on his E90 M3, and my good friend The Topher on YouTube has the FK460 on his 11th gen Civic Type R. Neither of them are disappointed. In fact, my homie Zeke Crames actually said that he would consider keeping the FK460 on his car all year round, and that is a lot to say from a guy with an E90 M3. You know, a performance car that you want the most out of. He's pretty satisfied with the tire. So it's not just me that's satisfied with them. But let me talk to you a little bit more about my experience with these tires. Now, I am not road course tracking either of my cars. However, I did bring the FK460 to the drag strip on my SQ5, and the SQ5 was making, I don't know, at least 600 wheel horsepower on E85, and the tires handled it without an issue. The traction off the line, I mean, in a big old SUV that's making 600 plus to the tire, was pretty impressive to me. But most people are not buying these tires for that. They're buying them for their cars like this B5, where it's not anything crazy, but you do want the traction in case you decide to take an off-ramp kind of hard or something like that. And I bet you could probably take these to an autocross day and not be disappointed. The FK460 has exceeded every expectation that I have for an all-season tire. And that's saying something, because I've had a lot of all-season tires. If you go back to my GTI history, I ran pretty much a different tire every summer. And even on my S4, I had a couple different all-season options. This is by far, and I mean by like a solid step up, the best all-season tire that I've ever ridden on. As far as wear goes, I think I've put about 3,000 miles on this set and about 7,000 miles on the SQ5 set. Both of them still look brand new. Now, obviously, 7,000 and 3,000 miles is not 40,000 miles, but, you know, you would think that you would start to see at least some wear from that. Both of them, as far as I can tell, are in tip-top shape. Additionally, I've been doing a lot of road tripping in the SQ5. I've put a considerable amount of miles on it in 4 months. Let's see, where have we gone in the SQ5? I've gone to Connecticut a couple times. I've gone to Rhode Island a couple times. I've gone all the way up to New England Dragway. I'm planning on taking the car to Maine in the next few weeks. Everything, the car has not been kind of sitting around and only driving around town. And one thing that you'll notice with a tire as you get into those longer road trips, especially if it's a noisy tire, is, like I said, the volume of the tire. The FK460, quiet, smooth, easygoing. Now, this is not something that Falken advertises, and they probably wouldn't put on their website, but I smoked a pothole on the highway the other day in this car. And I was 100% confident that the tire would either be flat or that there would be some sort of bubble in the sidewall. And to the tire's credit, I looked inside and outside. There is no bubbles, and obviously it's still holding air because I'm still driving around on it. So you can add durable to the list. Now, that's not something that you necessarily think about when you're buying tires, but I really was impressed. It was a very hard hit. I was expecting some sort of damage, and there just wasn't any. So if you're not familiar with the FK460, the thing that impressed me the most, and what continues to impress me as I learn more about this tire, is the price point of these tires. You would think for the performance that you get out of these would be at the highest price point possible for an all-season tire. But Falken's motto really is deliver the tier 1 tire at a lower than tier 1 price. And so at the time of me filming my last video, I believe the 225 4018s on this car went for around $150 a tire, maybe a little bit less. And the 265 4021s, which is a big old tire on the SQ5, went for $220 a tire. So that's a big old set of 21s for about 800 bucks, maybe a little bit more than $800, and a set of everyday tires for, you know, around 600 bucks. For what this tire offers, I don't know. There's another pothole. For what this tire offers at the price point that it's at, I don't know if there's anything on the market that beats it in value per dollar, performance per dollar, just like the overall. What I'm trying to get at is this is a really good tire. And when Falken sent me the set of tires, I went out on a limb and assumed that it would be pretty good, but I did not expect it to be as good as it is, and I did not expect to like it as much as I do. I'm going to go as far as to say that the FK460 will be my tire of choice for any of my daily drivers moving forward. Now, I may still do a dedicated winter tire, but for the type of driving that I do, for the roads that I drive on, and ultimately because of the environment that I drive in the Boston area, where we're not really, you know, ripping on back roads, carving everything, I don't know if I need a summer tire anymore. That's kind of sacrilegious to say in the car community. Like, everyone wants to run a summer and a winter, but if you could get more miles out of an all-season with similar-ish performance because of the harder compound, like more miles, the tire wouldn't wear out as fast, I think that the value of these tires goes up even further. All of this is to say that I'm genuinely impressed with my time with the FK460, but Falken thinks I'm going to be so impressed that they actually sent me out a set of RT660s for this car. If you don't know that, that's Falken's 200 Treadwear offering, and they said compare the two. They said, we think you're really going to like the 460 so much that you may not even notice a difference over the 660s in the kind of driving that you do. And you know what? I have a feeling that they're going to be right.
I do want to note that you may not be watching this on YouTube, so you may not know me. My people that do know me know that I do honest reviews. If the product was garbage, I would tell you it's garbage. This, not garbage.